Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Nacho Dad, and today I'm working on the Ty-Rail. I just drug it out of the carport over there and figured before it gets cold tomorrow, we'll go ahead and start tearing it apart so I can work on it in the shop. So today I'm just going to take the rear suspension off, I think, and pull this whole axle inside the shop and work on it when it gets cold. And the first thing I want to do is cut this rack off. Somebody been beating on it trying to just yank it off and pulled all the bolts through. So see, I got the bolt there. Well, there's nothing on the back side. So there's no way for me to get my socket in there and hold on to them. So I'm just going to cut them. And I'll cut that off and bring it back when we take this rear suspension off. Alright, so I got the rack off. That just gives me a little more room to get in here. And it kind of frees it up. Ooh. Ooh. Y'all see that? Y'all see this one? Bent over a little bit. Ain't no big deal. We can fix that. Alright. Let's get something to take these shocks off. And something up in there, take that heim joint out and take this whole rear end off. Well, when I said I wanted to take the rear end off, I didn't mean I wanted to put holes in the rear end. But I did. Ain't no big deal, we can fix that. Looks like the axle shaft in there looks pretty good. And we're going to take this all apart anyway and make it stronger. So, no big deal. We can fix it. Alright, I'm going to grab some tools, we'll come back and take these shocks off. Alright, I know I said I was going to go get tools and take the shocks off, but I decided that while it's still together, I went ahead and took the floor out, which is just pop riveted in from the bottom, and I went ahead and took the seats out. Now that the seats are out, I'm looking at it, and I'm pretty sure just a little modification, I can make this thing a one-seater. I'm probably going to use the stock seats for now, one of them, just slap it there in the middle. I am going to have to cut the e-brake off and the seat belt mount, see if that seat will fit there, and if it will, we'll redo these mounts here and put a single seat in it, and then we'll work on the steering. Alright, so this is what it looks like with just the one seat in the middle. I've still got to move the steering over, and the way this rack and pinion is set up, I don't know if I'm going to be able to just, move the whole rack over to the middle. And if I can't do that, instead of buying a new one, if I can get this one loosened up, because it's really cruddy and rusty, so I'm going to take it apart and clean it. And if I can get this one loosened up to where I can use it, I'm thinking I'll probably cut the steering shaft right about here, put a U-joint in it, slide it over with another shaft to here, and then up, because the steering wheel's just getting moved over to the center here. So it'd be U-joint, shaft over, U-joint, shaft up, steering wheel right about here. And then with the seat in the middle, I just jumped in it, and it's still a little tight for me. Hold on. Alright, so this is what it looks like with just the one seat in it. I was trying to see if this is going to make it a little easier for me. Let's see if I can get it in here. Oh. So, alright, I'm kind of in the middle. Kind of where this thing wants to go, or it's going to go. Now, move the steering wheel over here. And then with the floor in it, which it's out, the floor sits right about there, so there's no way for me to get in here and hit the throttle and brake pedal. So what I'm thinking is we're going to cut the frame right about here and here and stretch the front of this out a foot. That'll pull it to where instead of me being crunched up trying to hit anything, I'll be stretched out. Be nice and easy. I think a foot will do it just fine. I think we measured it in 10 inches would work. We just went ahead and did a foot because I got to buy the steel by the foot. Alright, hold on, let me get out of this thing. We'll do another quick walk around and I'll tell you what's up. Alright, this is the front view. As you can see, I just got to move the steering over to the center line, and I've got to get a bigger seat. I'm a big guy, and that seat's a little too small for me. Thinking like a racing seat or something, but I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. Right now, the big one is getting an engine for it and deciding what I'm going to do. I've got that Predator 420 I'm thinking about putting on here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Now, instead of doing the stage 2, stage 3 build up on it, we're looking at how much it's going to cost, and I don't think I'm going to spend the money on it. Well, I mean, we're $500-600 in an engine, and then another $400 on a torque converter, and then getting everything on here and lined up working, and at the end of the day, be making 18 to 20 horsepower. Instead, we're going to look around and see if we can't find a little motorcycle engine or something. Alright, so we got it all stripped down, got the floor out of it, got the seats out of it, got the back rack out of it. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the roll bar off of it. I'm trying to get this thing, the frame down to as small as possible, because it's about to get really cold. It's going to be a few weeks before I can work out in my outdoor little carport area again. So if I can get this frame down to as small as possible and get it into the work shed, and we can work on it. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like with the roll cage off, the floor out of it, the seats out of it, pretty much stripped down to a bare frame. I need to take the front suspension apart, but I'm going to do that once I get it inside and cleaned up. I'm going to be stretching this thing about a foot. Went ahead and got some metal on order for it. It should be here this week. And, yeah, that's about it. Went ahead and got the rear end loose, but until I'm ready to pull it apart and take it in and grind it all down, sand it, paint it, and start putting it back together. So until I get to that, I'm just going to leave this in here. The rear end will probably be about a week in the shop getting it set up and ready for the engine we're putting on it. We still haven't decided on an engine yet. And, that's coming later. Actually, I'll put a poll at the end of this video, or maybe a separate video. It'll probably be another video, and we'll do a poll and see what people think we should put in it. So, alright, that's going to be it for this video. I've got it stripped down, and until I get the workshop cleaned up a little bit and space for it, this is as far as we're going. I am going to go ahead and start looking for some pieces to get the steering fixed, and we'll try to find a little bit bigger seat. And alright, that's it for today. Until next time, guys, hit the like button, comment, let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. It's always nice to see more people show up. And that's it for this one. I'll catch you on the next video, guys.